Welcome back, everybody. As you can tell from the thumbnail, today we're going to be talking about presence is power and the importance of being present on all social media platforms, especially if you have a photography business or a videography like we do here, or any other kind of service. It's important to be where people can find you or they won't find you. It's important to be everywhere and anywhere, or you're not going to be nowhere. I coined that from one of my last videos. So, and then for the ones that are consistent followers, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I got a different hat on today. I normally have my Cowboys hat, but I decided to rock this one. We'll see how it goes. I got some other hats coming from another vendor. So I'll be sporting those on my newer videos. But I was thinking about this topic because someone brought it up to me, or they bring it up to me consistently about being everywhere and if it's working out for you. I always get asked, especially like the critics or the quiet critics, the ones that are like, hey, how's that going for you? How's that little channel going? It's going good. It's doing what I need it to do. It's helping me be more present everywhere. A lot of times you'll get people that criticize what you do, but it's because they don't understand it. They don't understand what you're doing. And they criticize you silently, but they wish they had started doing something. I have my little topic thing here, like we did on the last video. So I'm gonna try to stay on topic. So I have this in front of me. Once you change why you're doing something, or you change your perspective on it, and you try to relay that to somebody and they don't understand, just show them the numbers, show them the proof, show them the results of what you're doing. Once you start showing the results of what you're doing, it takes away the why, and hopefully it replaces it with the how. Like, how are you doing that? Instead of them saying, you know what, why are you on here? Why are you doing this? Why are you posting to that? Why are you doing this? Why are you posting 15,000 times a day? The real question they should ask themselves or ask you is, how are you doing that? How can you help me do that? How can you help me get better? We live in a society that a lot of people say that we're all socially connected. But in reality, even with all the social media content and stuff like that, we're so disconnected. Instead of supporting each other and lifting up people and inspiring people, a lot of these people are just here to criticize, knock you down. And it's only because they don't understand. And it's okay if they don't. It's not your objective to explain to them what you're doing, what's the purpose. If they need to know, I'll tell people why I'm doing what I'm doing. I got a family to feed. I got bills to pay. I want to get better. I want to do this. I want to be the best that I can be. And it takes me coming on here to get more visibility. When you have a market that's so saturated with photographers and videographers, the only way you can stand out is just by being present. And then stepping away from the same area of Instagram and going to these different platforms, taking a risk. One thing with being present, or the most important thing, is to be consistent daily. Now, back to those same critics. If they don't like your stuff, then why are they watching it? If they don't like the stuff, it's not for them. It's for you to be more visible to everybody, like I said. Not only that, you have to participate in the conversation. You have to participate in when people leave comments on your videos. You have to go back and say, hey, you know what? Thank you for leaving a comment. That's important. If you don't do that and you don't try to support the people that are following you, then why do you expect them to follow you? Like, if you're watching this Drop me a comment. Let me know what your channel name is. Let me know what you thought of the video. And I'll go to your stuff and I'll look at your videos. I'll look at your channel. I always do that. Anytime I get a comment on here, I go to those channels. Anytime I'm watching a channel, I'll go and I'll drop a comment because it took time out of their day for them to release that video. And back on that content or the topic that we talked about the other day, what is value content? Value content is putting something out there and someone liking it. Like, I like those other videos. I would go out there and participate. Once you start developing, community encouragement, you start to build a better community for yourself. Once you start going out there and saying, hey, you know what? That was a badass video that you did. That was an awesome photo. Then it's reciprocated. Sometimes, not all the time. You do have those people with the big old egos that won't put nothing on your stuff, regardless of the fact. But you take that initiative. You go out there and you do that, and it'll help. One thing that you definitely want to do is you want to research the group of people that you're around. You want to really inspect the people that you believe are supporting you. And I'm talking about outside of YouTube. I'm talking about your circle of influence. If you find yourself clapping for those people and they're not clapping for you, or you find yourself consistently praising them and telling them what kind of good job and stuff like that, and that's not being reciprocated, then you want to move on. You want to move away from a group that's like that. You want to move away from people that don't support you the way that you support them, or they don't add any kind of value to what you do. I'm constantly propping people up. I'm constantly, like my group of friends, I'm always clapping for them. I'm always saying, hey, you know what? That was an amazing video. Dude, it's a win-win. Everybody's winning and stuff like that. But if you find that they don't do that same thing for you, you need to move away. You need to find a different group. You need to find people that are at your same level of praise and appreciation for what you do. There's a saying that eagles can't fly with pigeons, and they don't. Eagles are loners. Eagles fly with eagles. You can't fly with a raven. You can't fly with a bat. You can't fly with a mosca. You can't fly with none of that stuff. So really dive deep into your support team. You want to lift and inspire people on the daily. The ones that are big time critics, it's only because they're hurting. Something is bothering them so bad that they feel triggered to leave something negative about you, or whatever the case is. And you have to understand that. Once you understand that, then criticism doesn't really affect you anymore, because you realize, hey, you know what, that person is lacking in something. So, and you'll find that a lot. The more you're present on something, if you're on all these other social media platforms, you're not going to get a lot of praise from your close friends. You're going to get a lot of the whys from them instead of like the hows, like we were talking about. They're not going to understand your goals. They're not going to understand your content. They're not even going to understand you. And that's okay. You're going to find more of a community of people that you don't even know that treat you better than the ones that know you. You're going to find a new community of people that can lift and inspire you. That's the best thing about being present on social media is some people are not going to like you. Some people are. You're going to make an impact on someone's life, and some other people you're going to annoy the piss out of them. Usually the ones that you're annoying the piss out of them are your competition. I know the other day someone told me that they don't like to use the word competition, but we got to be honest. If we're all doing the same thing, we are each other's competition. Now, we can be graceful competitors. We can lift and inspire each other, or we can be negatives people. We can keep bashing on people on the daily, or we can lift them up and be like, hey, you know what? Good win. Can't wait for me. Or, hey, good win. How did you do that, man? Let me know. Give me your tips. I'm always like that. I love listening to people's tips. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to take their tips or advice. I'll take what I pick, and I usually do that. I'll take tips from people and I'll implement them. But you'll rarely see me bashing on somebody unless they did something personally to me, business-wise or whatever the case is. If they've done something to me just downright dirty, then yeah, they're gonna get the bad side of me. But usually everybody gets the good side. Anyways, so let me keep going through here. Sorry, I appreciate you bearing with me. With your presence, like I said, you got to remember your audience. Being present on everything doesn't mean that you have to have all the photographers in the world following you. If you sell cakes, then you want clients. You don't want your competitors. You don't want people in the same profession following you. What's that for? That's just for ego. If you got tons of photographers following you, then you're looking more for the pat on the backs instead of the check in the pocket. I'm looking for clients. I'm looking for people that and I'm speaking on my photography business. I'm looking for people to follow us and come to our channels, come to our products. And the way I do that is doing videos, doing posts, doing blogs, doing all this stuff that opens up their eyes, makes us more visible to them so they can come to us. Now, if they choose to pick us for their photography, great. If they don't, at least we got the eyes on there. There's got to be a reason to everything that you do. And that's what I tell people now. Everybody always asks me, like, why are you doing that? Because the eyes, I'm being visible. I want people to know I'm here. I want people to know that we are the best in what we do. We are DFW's best in my eyes. Now, you may be triggered when I say that if you're a competitor because I say that, but why? Why does it matter what I say? It shouldn't, because you do what you do. And if you're better than me, that's great. I'm the best that I have been to myself, and that's what matters. And the same with YouTube. Some people may not like you, and that's okay. Some people may not even want to hear your voice or see your face. That's okay. You just keep doing what you do and be present. One thing someone told me, they said, hey, you know what? Sorry, I'm going through my little notes here. They said, how are you getting your bookings? And everybody on this group was saying, hey, you know, I do this, I do that, I do this. And then they asked me, say, hey, Will, how are you getting your bookings? Or when do you see your bookings? And I said, it's when I post. And that's it. That's the truth of the matter. And that goes back to being present on what we're doing. If you're not present, you're not going to get eyes. When I don't post anything, we don't get people inquiring. We don't get bookings. So my belief is I got to post everywhere and anywhere. Be everywhere. Be where my competitors are not, and be where the clients are. Just the same way with YouTube. Why am I on here? I want to grow. I want to be on here. I want to be financially free from my stuff. I want to have free time to be with my family. Since I've been doing this stuff, I've had more time with my family than I've ever had in the past 25 years. And that's amazing. That's a big blessing to me. I'm being able to be present with them, go to games, just do different things that I wasn't doing before because I was working 1 or 2 jobs at the time. The last tip that I'll leave for you on how to be more present everywhere or to have more eyes on your video is just to be real and authentic. Don't be fake. People can see fakeness from far away. Be who you are on here as you are out there in the real world. What you find here is you're always going to find the same. You're going to find the same person that you find out there. So I'm trying to read off of this prompter and stay focused. I apologize. I'm trying to incorporate new things, and it's not going to be perfect. It's all small baby steps to being better. Not to seek perfection, but to seek intention on what you do. And I live by that with everything. From the moment I get up to the moment I get down in bed. I'm going to be everywhere and anywhere and show up. Hopefully people like me. If they don't, then I can't help that. But that's my story and that's what I'm sticking to. That's my story and that's what I'm sticking to it. How does that go? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. There you go. So I hope those tips helped you. I hope my mumbling and whatever, all this video gave some kind of value to you. Like people say, what content is valuable and what is not. I think everything is valuable. I think if someone takes one little piece from what you say on a video, it's valuable. And it's definitely valuable if you're trying to grow. So presence is power. Being here is power. Presence is the ability to be in front of people that you're not normally in front of. It's invigorating, or I don't know if that's the right word. It's enlightening to step out of the dark and to be in front of a video camera. It's scary as hell, I'll tell you that. But it's rewarding when you start seeing changes in you, changes in your perspective, in your beliefs, and making an impact, just being yourself on here. So I hope that helps. If it does, drop me a comment. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'm growing, and if you're trying to grow on YouTube as well, drop your channel name. I'll go and follow you. I'll see what you're all about. Until tomorrow, deuces.